Hello, hello, my darling, sweet friend. I'm absolutely delighted that you have found your way to this beautiful art piece of spoken word made from my heart for your heart. I'm Kayla Vavra, a self-empowerment coach, coaching trainer, and poet. And I am absolutely delighted that we are sharing this space together. So, let's begin. Before we begin, you'll notice that my eyes are not directed at the camera. These spoken word pieces that I put out aren't memorized. My brain or my muse or the universe communicates this poetry to me lightning fast, and I want to get it out as quickly as possible, which means often that I am not spending hours and hours memorizing things. I'm just getting them from my heart to yours as quickly as possible. So here we go, my darling sweet friend. Can you feel it? The delicious sense of it all coming together? The beautiful sense that together you and I are at the precipice or jumping off point for something enormously satisfying. And that by the end of this love letter together, we'll have made the leap into a new way of playing together, into a new way of loving each other, into a new way of being for ourselves and each other. Consider it. I've already jumped, made the leap from rocky footing, standing solid under my feet, into the thinnest, brightest air of being my truest self with utter abandon. And the most surprising feeling is that it doesn't feel like falling. It feels like I've woven a magic carpet made of my own body and blood and bones, held together with spirit and twilight and stardust. And what would it be like if this were the same for you, my sweet friend? What if you joined me in the weaving and floating, no longer tethered by trivial things like gravity or what society or past selves expected us to be, flying together into an eternity of feeling deeply good and rich and in love with ourselves? Because when you think about it, all you have to love in this world is yourself. Every other human on this planet is a mirror of you. Perception is projection, and your reality dictates how you perceive others. Or, put another way, you are a mirror for everyone else. And your quantum particles, the tiny subatomic projections of self that make you, are wavering in and out of everyone else in the universe because that's what particles do. String theory is the leading explanation of how our universe works, and you are a song, and together we're a symphony. You have to love yourself. To love anyone else is to love the ripples of you, the textures of you, the starlight of you cast upon their skin as they luminescently glow with the love that you show to them. And pale or dark skin glowing with luminescence reflects right back to you, my love, my sweet friend. And you glow from the light of your own love, absorbed and reflected by the people you love and who love you. You have to love yourself because it's inevitable, my love. Even when it feels impossible or unlikely, or is even just an aching desire deep in your belly or chest as you lay curled under your blankets in bed at night, wishing for it. Love begets love begets love. And even your desire for love and your desire to love yourself shows the ripples and waves of how you do love yourself, don't you? Because a desire to love self is the truest form of self-love. Desire is so easy to alchemize into love, sweet friend, because the kernel or base metal of your sweet soul's desire is already love. Down to our subatomic particles, we are love. And what happens when you feel it? What happens when you feel it? Do you know yet? Do you desire to know? I can show you. It's in the way we weave our magic carpets for ourselves when we leap from the cliff hoping to fly. It's in the way you treat yourself when you're most angry or most frustrated or most fearful for yourself. It's in the way you use compassion towards all of your emotions once you decide which of them have dropped by to see you. It's in you already. I'm just here to light up the path or to show you the way. Are you ready? Do you feel it? It's bubbling up, unable to be contained anymore, because you are meant to let your magic spread beyond you like wings that span leagues, flapping feather light, sending out ripples of air to brush the rest of your expansive body that is the sky now. You are ready. You feel it. It feels like fear and it feels like love. It feels like terror and it feels exhilarating. It feels like shrinking and it feels like expansion. Yeast trapped under the taut skin of the rising loaf of you, except this goes beyond bread because we're not here to bake you into some pretty thing that stays the same or gets eaten up by life or decomposed and tossed away. In this case, the yeast turns to starlight, expanding beyond any tight skin that could contain you, into the empty expanse of the universe, except when you get there, you realize that the universe isn't empty. And it never could have been because it is full of you, full of us, full of the expanding starlight that is everyone as we rise into loving ourselves more deeply than we ever felt possible. It's all there, waiting for you, waiting for your expansion into the twilight. Waiting for you to dive deeply within yourself. And diving deeply within yourself is exactly what we're going to do next week when we come together and rise into our deepest selves. I'm putting together the most delicious playground for us to play in as we experiment in finding ourselves deep under our own skin and expanding into the quantum of the universe that's meant for us. Next week, we're playing together live as we take a journey deep into ourselves to find the depths of us. We'll be tuning into the same frequency and quivering together as we excavate the truth of who we are. and let the sands of it run through our alchemist's fingers, sprinkling gold or stardust into our ether, the ether of us. I have no idea what I'm calling this yet. Even the prospect of hosting it for you scares me a little, because I know the depth of the magic that's possible for us. And the most human side of me doubts my capacity to hold it. My soul side is smiling luxuriously in response. The slow, slinky smile of a cat who knows exactly what mischief she's capable of. How do you feel about your soul self? How do you feel about your human self? And how would it feel to dive deeper into each, allowing yourself to catalyze their union or alliance, swishing each side into a swirl of body meets mind meets soul that works together and for you, for the desires of your soul? I bet it'd feel delicious AF, my love, because that's how it's felt for me, and for everyone I've witnessed who's experienced this magical alchemy of the soul. So next week, we go live. To register and join, you click the link below. To celebrate your joining, your union with starlight and the soul call you felt magnetizing you to go deeper, you click the second link below and you dance the dance of your soul. Every move or motion that pours out of you like no one is watching is exactly the way your soul desires for you to dance and express. We'll call it meditative dance alchemy. Join me, my love. I'd be so delighted to show you the way. Cheers, love, and everything good, my sweet friend.